Welcome back to Kris versus everybody. This is a podcast where I talk about anything and everything unedited, uncensored. This podcast is brought to you by the Crisscross Studios YouTube channel. Go ahead and click subscribe and click the notification bell on YouTube and on Spotify to be notified of new episodes. Thank you for your support. All right, y'all saw the title. I'm gonna talk about this man one more time. So, tanks on the National Mall, a speech at the Lincoln Memorial, and fighter jets roaring overhead. But it was a salute to America. Was it a salute to America? Was it really? Because I did think it was the 250th anniversary of the Army, but was it a salute to Trump? So Trump wanted a parade. He really wanted a parade for his birthday. He wanted to do this so many times before, but his people were like, "Hell no, you can't do this shit. This is gonna look like a dictatorship." He wanted a parade to show his power and dominance, and it failed miserably if you guys saw the news stories over the weekend. Now, conservatives are going to say that ABC, CNN skewed the footage. That's not the real parade. We had live coverage all day of the Trump, quote unquote, Trump parade. It was a disaster. I actually feel sorry for the man. I actually feel sorry for Donald Trump because no one came. No one came to your birthday party. You want to know why? Because you're a fucking asshole. It was so quiet at the parade, you could hear the fucking squeaking of a tank roll by. Even after numerous parade attempts in the past were deemed as unnecessary militarism, and like I said earlier, it looked like a dictatorship. It looked like Pyongyang in North Korea. It looked like Russia, except Russia and North Korea would have had millions of people there. Trump had two people, and one of them wasn't Melania. Okay. So Trump reportedly became enamored with the idea of a military parade after attending France's Bastille Day in France. He expressed a desire for the US to have a similar show of strength, which is ironic because Bastille Day is actually the anniversary of when people kind of rejected against the monarchy in France. So it's kind of a ironic thing that Trump wants people to go against the government. And ironically, they did. They didn't show up to the damn parade. It's ironic that Trump wants to celebrate himself based on a celebration to overthrow a king. It's just crazy. But that's just me. That's just Kris Cantu saying, okay, that sounds stupid. But I would like to join the liberal media because I'm not a liberal. I just think with my brain. I would like to join the liberal media and call this a vanity parade because Trump literally took what was supposed to be a 250th anniversary of the military, specifically the army, and make it about himself. It wasn't even a landmark birthday. He was fucking 79. This wasn't even the 80th birthday of Donald Trump. This was 79. And if you're lucky enough to make it to 79, then congratulations, you made it. But a parade, a military parade at that, when you yourself dodged the draft three times, you don't deserve a military parade, sir. Even though you are the commander in chief, we don't care about you. We just don't care. And for all the conservative Christians listening to this podcast, you voted for this man because you thought he was good for America. He's conservative. He wants my values. He loves my values. But he exhibited one of the seven deadliest sins, vanity. Yes, the truth fucking hurts, doesn't it? We tried to tell you in 2016. We tried to tell you in 2020. We tried to tell you in 2024, but you didn't listen. And now you're about to feel a quote unquote great America. Trump wants to control how people feel about him. Obama would have never did this. People actually came because he was a symbol of change in America. And millions of people stormed the streets of Washington, D.C. Millions of people came to the mall in 2009 to see this man get elected. People did the same thing for Bush. People did the same thing for Clinton. People did the same thing for Joe Biden. 2016, people came to see Donald Trump. But this was before he went nuts. And now you have a vanity parade, which no one attended. Like, come on. Obama would have never did this. This is only what dictators do. They want to control the narrative about their appearance. And apparently, you look stupid. You look like someone who was really begging for attention, Donald Trump. And for the conservatives that I just made mad, I'm going to give you a great definition of vanity. Vanity is characterized as an excessive preoccupation with one's own appearance, achievements, or qualities, often leading to a desire for admiration and praise from others. In its extreme form, vanity can involve placing oneself above God, essentially making oneself the object of worship, which he tried to do on June 14th, 2025, with his fucking vanity parade. Vanity can cloud one's judgment, causing individuals to overvalue themselves and their accomplishments, potentially leading to a distorted perception of reality. He already has a distorted perception of reality because he's a quote unquote billionaire who ran for president, and a lot of poor white people voted for him, but they're still poor. They're not changing. They're not changing. They're not getting richer. They're actually getting more poor because he's taking away their SNAP benefits. They're taking away their ability to learn. And now, and now they won't have government jobs because they're getting rid of departments that mean no use to America, quote unquote. Vanity can drive individuals to pursue superficial and meaningless things in their pursuit of validation. Case in point, a parade. So in the end, Trump's parade wasn't just about tanks and flyovers. It was about power, image, and control. He wanted to control the narrative of his character. The real question is, when patriotism becomes pageantry, who is really benefiting from it? And that's another edition of the Kris versus Everybody show. See you guys next time, where I talk about Trump yet again. It's inevitable. See you guys next time.